Hey, all right. So, pretty clear um, message. I guess as soon as I started really putting them down, I was like, oh, this is great. I mean, it's not great, but you know, I shouldn't say that because the whole message that I was getting was perspective. It's really how you look at situations, and somebody who understands, life and how it works. Um, will understand that even bad situations are still situations in the whole of things. It's you have them. It's what is that? Sometimes you're the windshield and sometimes you're the bug, right? It, it's like I got the impression of somebody who's like kind of right now they're at the bottom of the wheel. They're almost like it feels that way. That's what it feels like. It feels like almost not like, I mean, some of you could be, literally going through a left out in the cold situation, or you're leaving someone out in the cold, or like whatever happened, or you could, but I think this is more of like a a group effort with the cards. It's more of like a pushing it all together to make a new card, and that card would be life. Sometimes you're at the top of the wheel, sometimes you're at the bottom, but that wheel's always turning, right? It's always turning. So even if right now you're really not where you would like to be on that wheel, it's still moving, right? It's still moving. There are things at play that you don't see, um, and this doesn't have to be where your whole life, it could be your whole life falling apart, or nothing is where you want it to be, or things have happened and you're in a place you're like, oh my god, how did I get here, how did this happen, um, what have I done, you know almost not that you're being punished. You're not being punished. Life is responding to you. Do you know what I mean? It's just a matter of understanding and figuring it out, you know I keep I mean, it's definitely, for some of you, it's relationship related. I get that. I'm not getting into any of that. Like, the message I got was supposed to be very clear. Just, life is a mixture of good and bad moments, right? And I do that because it's like almost like God. They're just experiences, and there are experiences that you wanted to happen because you chose them. We choose them, and I don't mean like in a, don't hit me with like, well, what about starving kids over and blah blah blah. Please, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like actions, and I don't want to say consequences, because again, it almost puts like a bad negative energy on things, and it doesn't have to be. It could just be learning lessons. It could just be understanding. It could just be growth. It could just be feeling an underlying energy of icky. Just like you can't put your finger on it, but there's something icky there, right? It doesn't have to be some catastrophic thing, you know. I feel like someone has always really walked a thin line in their life, because they have very dualistic ways of doing things. It's, they've and I don't want to say conflicted. They may have seen themselves as conflicted because it's polarity, you know, it's opposites at play here. This is someone who, and believe me, I understand. I was born on the cusp of oscillation. Like, that's me. You know, I'm water, fire, hot, cold, yin yang. I'm a Cancer, Leo. That's what I am. I get polarity. If there's one thing I get, it's polarity. But polarity isn't your problem. I'm gonna be honest. It's not the polarity that's the problem. That's just law. You can't be of two minds, and that's why you keep ending in these situations, because you are of two minds. You have to serve one master, and I'm not here to get into any kind of whatever that master might be to you. You know, it's God to me, the highest, all good God. You know, the Most High. But it's good. We can break it down to as simple as that. It's good. It's always good. It's not sometimes good. It's not mixed. It's always good. What master do you serve? Do you serve a master that's sometimes good and sometimes goes and does some shady, stupid shit? Or are you somebody who is of one mind? God mind. You know, what wolf do you feed? There's an old saying, you know, it's the wolf. Everyone has a good and a bad wolf, you know, and it's like the one that wins is the one you feed. Which wolf are you feeding? That's why these things happen. It's not because the world's picking on you. It's not because, you know, the universe is testing you. Sometimes it can be a test. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. Yeah, when we talk about, you know, oh, I do this, yeah, you're probably going to get tested to see, you know, you talk a big game. But for this situation, this feels very much like, you know, decisions and cycles and learning. I, for the life of me, can't make a video under 5 minutes. Guess I'm not supposed to. You know, there's a lot of other ways to be successful than having a lot of money. Some of the wealthiest people in the world, you would never know they have any kind of wealth, because it's not money. That's not what wealth is. This feels a lot like to someone who like puts a lot of like their happiness like into like one area at a time. They want something, but they're not really willing to address the areas that is keeping them from getting what they want, because it's which wolf do you feed? Like I just I feel like you don't give yourself enough. uh, you know, I feel like this person doesn't really give themselves like enough time to like in between these. So like that's why it's almost like each one hurts so much, is because like you're still really not processed the last time this has happened. So it's like everything's going to shit, but you're already jumping off a new cliff somewhere. Like, where'd they go? Oh, they're already gone. Where'd you go? You weren't done here. Why are you? So it's kind of it's left like a bad taste in your mouth, but it's because you know go brush your teeth and get your shit going. This is like, again, I'm not judging anyone, or when I make things like ugh and stuff. I know these feelings. I've screwed up like this. I've done all this. Like, I know the feeling because I've done it. That's how that's how energy readers work. We've done all sorts of stuff. So that's how we can pick up on the energies, like, because we've been there. We've dabbled in some of these energies, and that's how we can kind of help navigate through them. This is somebody who needs healing, but it's almost like a like active daily healing, like I don't want to say that. Like a dog going to obedience school. Yeah, just say it. That's what I got. That's like if you were to take a dog to PetSmart, show up and do one of their little classes. But daily, like you'd be the dog that would need to go there daily to like really. And I had this in another reading. Which reading was it? God, they all blend together. It was like the end. It was like to reprogram, and like that's what I'm getting. It's like to reprogram yourself. Like that's where the dog training comes in. It's almost like it teaches you to like trigger something to like, because like I know in some dog things they'll have like chains, or like they'll make a lot of noise, and it like almost like jolts the dog into like whoa. Like that's what I'm getting here, is like you need to. I mean, apart from putting a shock collar on and having someone follow you, I don't understand how you would like ugh. Hold on. Put these back. What can they do to help us? I'm gonna need to help with this. Okay. You know what it feels like? It feels like what's gonna jolt this is this person. And now, if this isn't you, it could be like the person you're dealing with. I don't know, but whoever this is, it's almost like what's gonna jolt them into like thinking correctly, or maybe what has, or I don't know. It's like brutal honesty, but to the point that like it was cutting. Like it's so honest that it's like life changing. So I don't know if this is how this person needs to be with themselves, or this is how someone is going to be to them or has been to them. And it's like, it's really, or maybe they will be, and it will really kind of, you know, somebody's giving them, maybe it's me, maybe, I don't know. Maybe the brutal honesty is somewhere in the reading. Maybe it's, I mean, a Page of Cups, I'm a fan of everyone being on a journey, right? And at a certain stage in their journey, this should be honored, and it's great, and it's never less than. But I'm not a huge fan of pages. There's a hierarchy, especially like when it comes to like dealing with people. Like if they're a certain type of energy, if they're like a priestess or an empress, that kind of an energy, and then to have something come forward to get in that energy, pages don't do well. So if this is, my collective, chances are either you are that, right? Or the person, who you'd have to fit it how it would, whoever where it is, but pages make me nervous. Somebody might not need your apology. If this is an apology and you owe an apology, or vice versa, like they might just be like, look, I didn't need it. Like, you know what I mean? This person is more of a, like, if this is that person giving them that advice, their demeanor, their attitude is very not mean. It's not mean. It's to the point. It's very honest, but it's not mean. It's just it's cutting because it's impactful, not because it's damaging. If that makes sense. It's But I mean, this person is kind of like, I didn't need an apology. I didn't need permission to move on with my life and to be fine. That's an empress. That's that high priestess, that divine feminine. That's it's apologies are great, but they're not needed. Once you get to a certain they're just not needed. Maybe that's why they're in this kind of a my life got turned upside down. Because maybe they're realizing that. Maybe they're starting to like, it's starting to like kind of shuffle around in their head a little bit, and they're going, uh-oh. I'm gonna bring her as a page this little cup with a tiny little fish in it, and she's gonna look at me and be like, nah, nope, no thanks. Because a page to me, like, is still like, it's, I don't say boyish, but it's certainly not matured. There's no like really understanding of the heaviness yet of the complete lessons, and that's why this world is still how it is, because it's not come full circle. If there's not been a complete understanding, this would not be. Oof. Empress. I mean, this person, whoever this person is, I mean, they may owe a few people apologies. You know, how can I help? Okay. Oops. Just give me a second. It's almost like somebody wants to like offer somebody something, but it's almost in a way to like, I heard sweeten the deal. This is so confusing. So like maybe like he knows he's coming in kind of like not completely healed, or this person like, and they're like, okay, well, I know I'm not exactly emotionally where I need to be for this person, but let me come in, with something else to make it look a little bit better. Bruh. Okay, you want my advice? Before you, now if you're, this person is coming towards you, before you accept any kind of offer, make sure they have grown the hell up. Okay, as of right now, what this is showing me is that as of right now, they haven't. Could they be working towards it? Yeah, sure. I don't know. Are they there right now? No. No, they're not. Does that mean like, shit on them? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, think about it, right? Maybe that's where that Queen of Swords comes in, is you tell them very honestly, you are not emotionally grown enough for me. You are not where you need to be as far as, all that. Like this right here, this part could be circumstance for whatever happened. I'll give it that, maybe. But this current state of where they are is something they need to look at. And that really can't involve you, or vice versa. I'm getting nosy. It's never good. What should they do? Like, this turned in, it's so weird because it turned into one person and then it turned into something else, and then it's like confusing. ask that. The person watching. What should the person watching this be doing now? Okay. So I kind of got growing up and healing a marriage. So I got the feeling this might be the same, you know what I mean? There's been some growth. And maybe that's what they're trying to do, is they're trying to grow up. They're trying to mature so they can kind of get their shit back together. Fix this. Queen of Cups. And the Moon. So Cancer, Scorpio. They want to quickly do something. Say something. Like, it's almost like they want to explain this. Where they've been, what happened. This King of Wands. There's that Queen of Swords again, and she's gonna, she's gonna be like, look, Ace of Swords, yeah, truth dropping. She might even be like, you know, do you say you know what you want, you say you don't want love and stuff, but do you know what that is? Like, what are you doing? This is interesting. I can't wait to see how this progresses, because if this is in my, you know, my collective where I'm picking up on, this is definitely isn't boring, that's for sure. Holy crap. But whoever this is, the original message still stands. It's like, no matter, like, when we first started this reading, like, it was very sad, like, you're just in a tough spot. And then look where it goes. Like, you grow up, there's understanding, and then you know you're off on a quest. It's almost like going on a quest to repair this partnership, you know, to reach this 10 of Pentacles. It's beautiful, and it's a thoroughly lived life, you know, as far as like, that's life. That's, you know, and it's tragic, but it's beautiful. That's every long-term relationship, you will have this. So that's interesting. I can't wait to see where this goes. Just work on growing up, work on maturing emotionally, really feeling those feels. No matter how overwhelming they are, breathing. I'm getting that again, where I feel like I need a deep breath. I actually was guided to use, I got this new light, and like you can change the colors and stuff. So I have blue. It's like a throat chakra blue. So it's really beautiful. I put it on. I figured, oh, you're having that issue with the throat chakra the other day. So whoever needs that, I figured I would use the blue light. So, all right. I hope this was able to help and at least unpack certain, I know it's kind of all over the place and you know, but I hope it helped. All right, well, I guess that's it.